Welcome to Company Showcase, an advertising feature on HowStreet.com.
I'm Jim Goddard. We're speaking with Larry Reaugh, CEO and President of American Manganese, on November 22nd. And Larry, I think this is a day you're going to circle on your calendar according to the news release you just sent out.
Well, it's a banner day for the company. We just announced a little over a week ago that we had successfully completed our proof of concept work, and I don't know if people realize what that means, but it means that we have a process for recycling lithium-ion batteries, and as far as we know, nobody else has a working process. Now, it's important that we protect that intellectual property, which protects the company and protects the shareholders, by a patent application. So we've made, because we've now had all the results that we needed, we've made a provisional patent application, and we announced that today. It's a very exciting cornerstone for the company, because now we can move ahead without looking over our shoulders to see if somebody else is going to scoop our technology. That's not going to happen now. And so the shareholders should be happy that the company has proceeded in that regard. And just let me talk a little bit about a patent protection. If you file in the United States, you're protected pretty much in every country around the world for the next year, and you have that time to finalize your patent application. And when you say that, we've done finalization work on lithium cobalt. We know how to get the lithium and the cobalt out, but we haven't done any spec work on the other chemistries that we're going to be looking at, which is nickel and aluminum, and for that matter, manganese, because manganese is a cornerstone. The patent we hold in American Manganese is a cornerstone of this patent, and but it's still has to be included in this patent, right? You can't say, well, it's in the other patent, because that patent was for recovering metals from low grades, and this patent is for recycling. So we got that opportunity now to do that work. And as I mentioned, I may have mentioned that when you're making a patent application, the first thing that the patent attorney does is he does a search to make sure that you're not overlapping with somebody else's patent that may be existing out there. Well, we've done that, and there's nobody in that field that is overlapping with us. And so now we've developed the flow sheets and everything else that we need to have the patent going forward, and we've made the application. So although in the market today it didn't look like it, but the fact of the matter is that this is probably one of the more significant releases we've had, just slightly behind the proof of concept, because we wouldn't be making the application without a proof of concept. But no, it's an interesting time. This allows us to go down to the NAATBatt workshop where we're presenting, and then Norm and Joy will be sitting on a round table there and field questions from the audience on the process, and we don't have to worry about not having covered off the fact that there's a patent pending, or call it, the patent application, the provisional is in. So that helps out in that matter. Some of the more sophisticated investors that I've talked to in the last little while, it's one of the first questions they asked is, are we patent protected? And I said, well, we're working on the proof of concept, and as soon as we have that done, we'll be getting ready to file. And but without that, we don't have a cornerstone on which to file the patent. And now we can say, well, we filed the patent, and we can be a little more liberal with the information that we put out, to a group like NAATBatt. And what is NAATBatt? Well, that's a group of people that are interested in the battery industry, including recyclers, and including automotive companies and battery manufacturers. So it's a great conference. It's a great honor for us to have been invited to that conference because we are the only Canadian company presenting down there. And I take the words from the coordinator of this, from NAATBatt, and he basically said, "You're the only advanced project we could find out there." And we've been saying that for some time. And, but, you know, who knows what's happening privately in a company or whatever. They may have work ongoing. But we do know that, you know, as far as the public's concerned, we are the answer for recycling the lithium-ion batteries at this time. So that certainly puts us on a leading edge of, you know, maybe bringing on a large partner. And I'd hope that I'd gain some interest down there to do that, or a company that would finance us for some offtake agreements or whatever, to move the company ahead. But it's been a short period of time. It's been extremely busy. And, you know, the shareholders have been, for the most part, are very loyal. There's some that, you know, are not happy because the company hasn't moved up to 70, 80 cents yet. But I can't help that. The markets are the markets, and the value is certainly there to move this company up. But I could, you know, I hardly slept last night waiting for this release to come out because I feel that, you know, that this date, which is November the 22nd, is highly important in the future of American Manganese. That gives us a lot of security, Jim. People don't realize that you can have a process, but if it's not patentable, anybody can get after it. This process is patentable, and that's probably why there's been no patent applications, because everybody's trying the other methods. But you have to go back a little bit in time and look at what we had done with actually moving ahead with patenting a process for producing from low grade, and I mean low grade, 2% deposits in the United States, and making a competitive electrolytic manganese metal, or EMD, product with our Chinese competitors. So that said and done, there have been companies, including the U.S. government, that worked on this for the last 60 years and had never quite gotten there. And Chemetco is one of the largest research firms in Canada now. With their expertise, we got there, and with their expertise, we moved fairly rapidly through the chute because they're the ones that recognize the chemistries and the potential for recycling batteries, and so we moved pretty quickly to a proof of concept on this. So, you know, the next step will certainly involve more work on the other chemistries that we have, but, you know, and eventually everything has to be pilot tested, and we'll do that. And by that time, before that, I'd like to see us have a partner in that, because that would relieve some of the financial pressure off the company. It's a banner day, and you know, I think the shareholders should be very excited about the fact that there is a patent pending now, and that nobody can come in the back door and scoop this technology. You know, it's always a fear that you have that somebody's going to take your idea and somehow circumvent you, but that's not the case here. You know, there's a worry, but it's not a major worry because of things that in our original patent that nobody was aware of. So that that said and done, Jim, I think the patent filing, which has taken place, is the most important event for the company. That the next milestone is the pilot work, probably, and after that, the first bit of commercial production.
Well, Larry, so many people have talked about the importance of getting batteries into electric cars. You've thought even further about what do we do with those batteries once they're used up?
Well, there's more and more spent batteries coming free all the time. Even with the amount that are coming free now, we could keep several plants going. And we would like the battery industry to come to us as the source for recycling their batteries. You know, Jim, there's a tipping fee that these car manufacturers or battery manufacturers have to pay to a recycler to take these batteries, and that tipping fee is substantial. And eventually we'll talk about that more, you know, when we get some numbers on it and everything else. But you know, we're starting with a product that's 100% pure, and you know, we could produce electrolytic manganese metal out of 2.3% ore deposits back in 2011-12. That was what our pre-feasibility showed at a price of 70 cents a pound. And you're talking about material in here that's worth, you know, I think lithium's worth $16,000 a ton, and cobalt's worth $28,000 a ton, and nickel's worth, I don't know, $10,000 to $11,000 a ton. The manganese and the aluminum are not worth that much, but you know they're there, and you can get them out, and you know that'll probably pay for the cost of processing. But there's money to be made there, and it's a thing that we have to remember is we're going after this because of the environmental aspects, and we're looking at, you know, reducing the dependency on ore bodies. Certainly, cobalt is extremely vulnerable for that because most of your cobalt comes from byproducts from copper and nickel deposits, and most of those from risky countries. So it's got a double whammy overhang in it, and if you could get that cobalt back and then back to the battery manufacturer, then you can probably eliminate, you know, a lot of the pressures that are going to develop in the near future on the demand for cobalt. So I don't know if everybody's really thought about what the potential of this sort of situation is, but the blueprints are out there. People can actually take a look at it and say who would be interested. Obviously, you have your car manufacturers, EV manufacturers, and recyclers that would be interested. But what about the other industries out there that are trying to get involved in the EV car, electric vehicle car industry? You know, they would have some desires and wants in this area, and even oil companies who eventually will be looking more and more to diversify into other energy projects and related projects. An oil company could be your partner. A mining company could be your partner. Or a Google or a Apple or some big tech, even Microsoft, companies with a lot of money that would like to be in an evolving field that has a rapid growth. So I think we've reached a tipping point where EV cars are going to be here with us for probably our foreseeable lives, and the demand for recycling is only going to increase year by year by year, and we would like to keep the environment clean. We'd like to recycle the material, which is always desirable, and I think you know, now we got a free board to an agenda to move ahead.
Larry, where can people find out more about American Manganese, and what are your trading symbols?
Okay, they can go to AmericanManganeseInc.com. You'll see our press releases there. They could phone me at 778-574-4444, or they can just write me a letter if they want. Their address is on the site, and our trading symbol is AMY, Amy, .B on the venture, AMY, ZF or ZF on the pink sheets in the United States, and in Frankfurt our symbol is 2 a.m. Hell of a time to be going to bed or getting up, but that's where you can get a hold of us.
Larry, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That was Larry Reaugh, CEO and President of American Manganese. We were talking on November 22nd. I'm Jim Goddard.
Comments made on Company Showcase are an expression of opinion only and should not be construed in any manner whatsoever as recommendations to buy or sell any financial instrument at any time. Archived online at HowStreet.com. Company Showcase is a production of How Street Media Incorporated.